Greetings, my little yarnivores and spiderettes, Fiber Spider, back again with another tutorial just for you. And today I'm going to show you a cute little stitch called the Stepping Stones stitch. And you got some clusters and you got some lace, and I absolutely love it. This would make a beautiful scarf, a wrap, a throw, what have you, even a baby blanket. And in one of my previous videos that I did that was kind of lacy, somebody said that it was too open and that little toes would get, stuck through. Well, if it's that cold, they should be wearing socks. So listen, for this piece, it was Red Heart Super Saver and a size I 5.5 millimeter hook. And I'm going to be using Red Heart Super Saver again for this example. And I'm just letting you know what I'm using. I'm not sponsored, but I like to let you know. So if you want to duplicate the results, you can. So you can use whatever hook size goes with whatever weight yarn you have, no problem. And it's only a 4-row repeat, so it's really simple. And I'm going to do a repeat or two with you so that you don't get lost. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, row 1. So for row 1, which is of course going to be the foundation row, rows 2 through 5 are going to be the repeat. For the foundation chain, you need a multiple of 6 chains plus an additional 3 chains. So to give you a good idea as to how the stitch pattern works, I did a total of 27 chains. That way, you'll get a real good idea. So 27 chains, it's multiples of 6. Okay, so I did 24 chains, and then I added 3. You can do however many multiples of 6 as you want, and then just be sure to add 3 at the end, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so into the 4th chain from the hook, we're going to do a double crochet, because this chain here counts, of course, as a double, and then that's a double, and we need to do 4 more doubles for a total of 6 on the end. So that's a total of 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then chain 1, skipping the next chain, going into the next, doing a double, and 4 more for a total of 5 doubles. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1, skip a chain, work into the next for 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you would work in this fashion until you reach the last 7 chains. Okay, which I have. So then you would chain 1, skip the next chain going into the next, and do 6 double crochets for this end, because we started with 6, so I want to end with 6. So get 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So your piece should look something like this, because I started with 6, I ended with 6, and in the middle we got some 5s, all separated by chain 1 spaces. All right, so like I said, you can make this as wide or as narrow as you want to, and that's one of the beauteous things about stitches like this. All right, so we'll continue on with row 2. Alrighty, row 2. Now, here is where I'm going to stray a little bit. Now, the pattern does say to start by chaining up 3, as we usually do, and then turn your work. Well, you know what? There is a YouTuber called Mr. Yarny Pants, and he told me about an alternate way of chaining up 3. Okay, and I'm going to show you that right now. So I'm going to take out those chains. And the reason why I like this is because on the sides of the work, it's not quite so bulky, because usually there's like a big blob of a space. So instead of chaining 1, I'm going to turn the work, okay, and going right into that first stitch right here. I'm going to do a single crochet and a chain 1. Now, it may not look like it makes that much of a difference, but especially if you're doing, like a solid piece, all right, it does make a difference, trust me. And it's just an alternate way. You can, of course, do the chain 3. That's no problem. I'm just saying that this is an alternate method. And like I said, I found it through Mr. Yarny Pants on YouTube. Awesome guy. So this is just something I wanted to share with you real quick. All right, so for row 2, you're starting with a chaining 3 or an alternate turning chain. All right, and then going to do a double crochet into this first stitch that we just created. So we've got 2 in the first right there. Okay, then chain 2 and skipping the next 2 double crochets, going into that third with a single crochet. So skip, skip, going right into here with a single. Okay, like so. And that's right in the middle of that section right there, right in the middle. Okay, then chain 2 and 3 double crochets into this chain 1 space. 1, 2, and 3. Also, you know what? I'm going to put a link to that video where I learned about this. So if you want to get like a further in-depth look at what he did, you can see that too. All right, so 3 doubles into that chain 1 space. Okay, then chain 2, skipping 2 doubles and into that third one, a single crochet, chain 2, 3 doubles into the next chain 1 space, okay, and then chain 2, skipping 2 doubles into the third one, a single crochet, like so, chain 2, into the next chain 1 space, you guessed it, 3 doubles. I love clusters. I'm an absolute nut for anything cluster, especially the granny. I love the granny stitch. All right, so that's 3. Okay. Chain 2, skipping the next 2 doubles, going into the third with a single crochet, And again, we need symmetry. So chain 2, skipping these 2, and going into this end double crochet with 2 double crochets. Now it can be a little bit tricky, but if you turn the chain so that you can see it a little bit better, it helps. So scooching right in there, and we're going to do 2 doubles right in there. And that's the end of row 2. Okie dokie. Row 3. All right, so again, you could chain 3 as your start, or you could do as I'm going to, which I really like this technique actually. Just going to turn my work from the get-go, and into this first stitch, do a single crochet and a chain 1, and that counts as my chain 3. All right, so then going to do a double crochet into this next double crochet stitch and into this chain 2 space. So we have a total of quote-unquote 3 double crochets. All right. Then we are going to chain 1, excuse me. So chain 1, do a double crochet into this chain 2 space. We already did one in here, now we need to do one in here. So double crochet into that chain 2 space. Now into each of these 3 doubles, you do 1 double and 2 and 3. Double crochet into this chain 2 space, chain 1, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, double crochet into each of the next 3 double crochets, 1 and 2 and 3, double crochet into this chain 2 space, chain 1, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, okay, double crochet into the next 3 doubles, 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, double crochet into this chain 2 space. And once you get the hang of it, this is a really, really easy pattern, and I love that, of course. So I double crocheted into this chain 2 space, chain 1, double crochet into the next and last chain 2 space, and then last but not least, double crochet into the last 2 double crochets. Now going into this alternate turning chain, it's really no different than going into a regular double crochet. You know, if you turn it a little, you can see where you're supposed to go into that chain 1. It's really no harder than going into a normal double crochet stitch. It really isn't any different. So I would recommend it. Ta-da! See, as I said, you know, you don't end up with like that big gap that is sometimes quite unseemly. You know, see, there would be a gap in between here and here. But no, it's really not as bad, and I really, really, really love it. All right, so that is the end of row 3. it's taking shape. Okay. Row 4. So for row 4, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to start with a chain 1 and then turn the work. All right, so into this first double crochet, we're going to do a single. Okay. And then a chaining of 2. And into this chain 1 space, 3 double crochets. And 3. Okay. Chain 2. And just like we were doing before, we're going to skip these first 2, going into the third with a single crochet. Chain 2. Going to the next chain 1 space with 3 double crochet cluster. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2. Skip 2 double crochets going into the third with a single crochet. Chain 2. Into the next chain 1 space, 3 double crochets. And 2. And 3. Chain 2. Skip 2 doubles going into the third with a single crochet. Chain 2. 3 double crochets into the next chain 1 space. 1 and 2 and 3. Chain 2. And last but not least, a single crochet into the end double crochet or turning chain as we have done. So right into there. See, it's just as easy as if it were a normal double crochet. So we get a single crochet at the very end. And that, my dears, is the end of row 4. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. Onwards to row 5, last row of the repeat. So I'm going to start by doing our alternate chain again. So into this single crochet, going to do a single crochet. Now, keep in mind, I'm not chaining up before I do that single crochet. I'm just going right in with a single crochet, chain up 1, or you could just, like I said before, you could do the chaining up of 3. That's fine. To each their own. I always say, I just like to give you alternatives. All right. So after doing our chaining up of 3 or our alternate chain, do a double crochet into this chain 2 space right here. So we have technically 2 double crochets. Okay. And then into each of these 3 doubles, we're going to do a double into each. It's 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. And a double crochet into this chain 2 space right here. Now, if you remember, down here, we started with 6 at the beginning and the end. Well, you know what? Right now, we've got 6. We've got 2, 4, and 6. All right, so now to continue right along, footloose and fancy free, chain 1 into the next chain 2 space, do a double into the 3 doubles, 1 in each with a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and then another double into the next chain 2 space, which corresponds down here when we had 5. So right now we have 5. See how it all works? So then chain 1, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, double crochet into the next 3 double crochets, two and 3, and then a double crochet into the next chain 2 space, chain 1, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, double crochet into the next 3 doubles, 1, 2, 3. So I've got 4, we need 2 more. So because 6 at the beginning, 6 at the end, so we got 4, double crochet into this chain space here, and a double crochet into the top of our turning chain. Ta-da! Voila! Ta-da! And that is a full repeat. And it is gorgeous. Absolutely love it. All right, so as of course, I'm going to do another full repeat for you if you want to keep watching. That way, you'll be sure to get it, all right? And of course, you can always, stop, pause, rewind, what have you. It's okay. This is a fun pattern, and that's what it's meant to be, fun. All right, so I'm going to do a full repeat for you, and let's keep going. Row 2 for the repeat. All right, so I'm going to turn my work, I'm going to do my alternate chain. So single into that first, and a chaining up of 1. All right, so double crochet into the first stitch, like so, chain 2, skipping the next 2 doubles going into the third with a single crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochets into the next chain 1 space, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, skipping 2 doubles going into the third with a single crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochets into the next chain space, and 2 and 3, chain 2, skipping 2 going into the third with a single, chain 2, 3 double crochets into the next chain space, 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, skipping 2 going into the third with a single, chain 2, alrighty, and then where are we? Yes. Going to skip these 2 double crochets and into the last double right here. Haha, gotcha. 2 double crochets. Like so. Ta-da! See, we got that symmetry going on again. 2 doubles. 2 doubles. Awesome. All right. Row 3. All right, so going to start by either chaining 3 or doing our alternate chain. I'm going to do the alternate chain. So single crochet, chain 1. So double crochet into the next double crochet. And into the chain 2 space. So we've got 3 double crochets at the end here. All right, chain 1, double crochet into the next chain 2 space. And into the next 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, double crochet into the chain 2 space right here, chain 1, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, and double crochet into the next 3 doubles right here. And 2, and 3, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, chain 1, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, and into each of these 3 doubles right here. 1, 2, 3, double crochet into this chain 2 space, chain 1, double crochet into this chain 2 space, the last one we got, and a double crochet into each of these 2 double crochets. Like so. And like so. It's no more fiddly doing the alternate chain than a regular chain 3 going into there. And that works out nicely. So that's the end of row 3 for the repeat. Row 4. So for row 4, it's going to be our chaining up of 1. And turn the work. All right. And so into the first double crochet, we're going to do a single crochet right into here. Chain 2 into the chain 1 space we got right here, 3 doubles. Alrighty. Chain 2, skipping 2 doubles, going into the third with a single, chain 2, skipping to these 2 doubles, going into that chain space with 3 doubles, 1 and 2, 3, chain 2, into the third, skipping the first two, going into the third with a single, chain 2, next chain space, 3 doubles, okay, chain 2, skipping 2, going into the third with a single, chain 2, okay, 3 doubles into the next chain 1 space, chain 2, and into the third here, this turning chain, single crochet. Haha. Always feels good when you can outsmart the yarn, right? All right, this is so pretty. I know I'm gushing over it, but I love this stitch. Absolutely. All right, so one more row for the repeat, and then I think we got it. All right, last but not least, row 5 for the repeat. I'm going to do my alternate chain, so that's a turning of the work, going into this first single crochet with a single crochet, and a chain 1. So double crocheting into the chain space and into each of these 3 doubles, because we remember we need 6, so we've got 3 so far. And after going into those 3, into the chain 2 space, okay, chain 1, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, and double crochet into each of these 3 doubles right here. Double crochet into the next chain 2 space right here. Chain 1, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, and into each of these 3 with a double crochet. Double crochet into this chain 2 space right here, because as I said before, we started with 6 down here, and here, well, we need it right here too, just like we need 5s in the middle here and here. Just sort of a recap. So chain 1, double crochet into the next chain 2 space, and double crochet into each of these 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Double crochet into this chain space right here. So we've got 5, we need 1 more to make our 6. So double crochet into this last turning chain right here. And voila. So pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty and frilly. Love it. All right. Hope you really like this. I know I did. All right, my dears. So listen, I really hoped that you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I did. You know I did. And if you did, please hit the little thumbs up button down below and show your support. It means ever so much to me. And if you have any questions, comments, what have you, please do so, in the, comment section down below. I love hearing from you guys. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, please do so, because I do try to post videos as often as I can, whether it be knitting or crocheting or audiobook narration. And also, I did actually just start a video gaming channel, Fiber Spider Games, if you want to check that out if you're a gamer. And, I like variety, just like I like doing all sorts of different stitches. I love variety. And so listen, my dears, until next time, I want you all to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, and above all, stay stitching. I love you guys so very much to bits, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye for now.